Our feet were definitely wet by this stage, but we really couldn't have cared less. We had arrived at a more established road and signs of life had begun to return. Would this continue? We had no idea. We set up camp at Needalore, happy that we hadn't needed rescuing by this absolute unit of a vehicle. The locals will tell you the F26 is full of washboards. In Australia, we would just say it was corrugated to hell.
Ah! It's too bumpy. But yes, enjoying the bleakly beautiful scenery. If I don't crash this bike! Ah! Okay. That's what we're dealing with here, folks. It is rough out there. Alright, until next time.
We took some advice and left the F26 and the Iceland divide route and instead cycled around Kvislavatan. It's very different scenery and the road quality improved dramatically. The man-made lakes give the terrain a different look to Christopher, but it is equally as alien. We checked out some huts along the route, but they were a little worse for wear, so we finally set up tent at Versailles, bringing to an end a fast-paced but bumpy 75-kilometre day on the Iceland divide. We left Needalore on day 10 and joined back to the F26. The washboards greeted us once more. The more pressing issue, however, was the rapidly deteriorating condition of our knees. Christian and I were especially worried that we were just one tough day away from joining Jamie back in Reykjavik.
Oh, stunning country here, but I hate to tell you, it's an absolute monster of a climb. But you got to do a climb somewhere, not the worst place to do it, if I can keep my fingers out of the camera. But yeah, have a go at that. Oh my goodness.
Christian had resorted to pushing early in the day, keen to avoid the same fate as Jamie. For the first time it had become clear that the rookie was struggling. I just hoped he wouldn't crack here in the remote terrain.
Massive climb, I'm blowing up. My knee is on its last leg, literally. It was already bad enough, and then I decided just to absolutely pound it against some gravel, which is always nice, very therapeutic. Christian, nowhere to be seen. I imagine he's walking at this point. But this man, not a bead of sweat on the brow of this man at the moment. Like he's just gone down the bike path.
Sunday ride, mate.
Sunday ride. What can I say? It turns out doing some training might actually be beneficial.
We didn't know it at the time, but today was going to be the ultimate test for Christian, and would decide if he made it to the finish line at all. Before that though, we had some more riding on these awful corrugated roads. Unexpectedly, the asphalt finally returned. We could breathe easy knowing our tired legs could coast back to Reykjavik.
Alright, let's descend. Let's do it. Let's cross our fingers and the tyres hold out. Woo! I'm not sure if you can see this surface, but that is not great. That is Puncture City and pretty tough to ride on. Big tip for Iceland, get tubeless tyres, don't be an idiot like me, because that is what you're up against. Very, very sharp rocks.
The rocky roads continued, but as we approached Landmannalaugar, the terrain shifted dramatically. Barren gravel plains were replaced with green hills, and the rocky roads gave way to black sand. There were more bugs now too, but they only seemed to attack Christian. It was somewhere around here we noticed the Dane was really beginning to lag behind. The man was hurting.
That'll work.
Deflating his tyres did little to help. The bugs, sand, combined with bad knees, had finally cracked Christian. It was agreed that Jason and I would ride on to the campsite without him. The scenery on the way to Landmannalaugar is absolutely spectacular, and the pace was fast. On our approach to Landmannalaugar, we got to witness some French tourists flooding their engine in a deep river crossing. They were devastated. Jason was not. Still, spirits were lowered, knowing that we had to find a bus back to Reykjavik for Christian. The man had done well, but with only a few days left, he just couldn't get over the line. Or so he thought.
But Jason can't believe it.
I can't believe it. He's done
This
well.
man, back from the dead. He's reached into the cookie jar.
Fuck yes.
We've been here for like 2 minutes.
No, powered on.
Mate.
Holy
massive.
shit. Turns out he was at 40%, boys, the whole time.
60 now, at least. I could smell the rednecks tonight.
Christian had pulled off one of the great bikepacking comebacks. A few beers from the camp shop and a thermal hot pool later, and the boys were back. We left Landmannalaugar, but not before filming some more tourists attempt the infamous river crossing.
Oh, they're going wide. Oh, they've gone deep. They've gone deep. Oofed. Mate, not a problem for the Romanian Dacia. Straight in, straight out.
You won't believe me, but miraculously our knees were all but healed after the thermal pool. We were on the final stretch of the divide now, but Iceland wasn't done with us yet and was about to deliver some of the most insane terrain of the entire trip.